भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. So welcome dear devotees for our morning Srimad Bhagavatam reading. We are in Canto 1, chapter number 17. The title of the chapter is Punishment and Reward of Kali. Our today's discussion starts from text number 32. I will read Sanskrit, and Satish Prabhu, if you can read the English translation after that. Tvam vartmanam naradeva dehesva anupravritto yamadharma pugaha lobondratam chauryam anaryam amho jyeshtha cha maya kalahascha damba.
Hare Krishna, translation by Prabhupada, Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai, text 32. If the personality of Kali, irreligion, is allowed to act as a man god, or an executive head, certainly irreligious principles like greed, falsehood, robbery, incivility, treachery, misfortune, cheating, quarrel, and vanity will abound. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So here Parikshit Maharaj is saying, if personality of Kali, and that means irreligious, if he is allowed to act, then what will happen? All these things mentioned, like greed, falsehood, robbery, treachery, misfortune, quarrel, cheating, vanity, everything will be spread. So that is irreligion, and he can't allow that. And what is religion? We saw Parikshit Maharaj's aim is to protect the Dharma, to establish the religion, to protect the religion which is mercy, austerity, cleanliness, and truthfulness. That is actually religion. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that this is religion, mercy, austerity, cleanliness, and truthfulness. That is called the Bhagvatam religion. That must be followed. If that Bhagavatam religion is not followed, then all these things will be spread all over the world. Many times, Prabhupada writes in the purport, many times people they change from Hindu to Muslim to Christian. The conversation is happening in some other faith. But Prabhupada is writing that a person must make sure, we have to make sure that Bhagavatam religion, that means these 4 principles are followed. Mercy, austerity, cleanliness, and truthfulness is followed. No matter whatever the faith is, no matter whatever the dharma or the path people are following, but this Bhagavad religion should be followed depending on whatever faith people are doing. See, all these things, Hindu, Muslim, or Christianity, or others, they are all, Prabhupada says, even in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada says, these are all faith. Faith can be changed. Today a person might be following Hindu, next day a person might change his faith. But faith can be changed, but dharma can't be changed. Dharma, what is the liquidity? Dharma of water is liquidity. A dharma or a gun dharma, it is called. No one can change the flow or the liquidity from water, or no one can change the heat and light from fire. And that is the dharma. So faith can be changed, but dharma can't be changed. And Prabhupada says this dharma or the religion or Bhagavatam religion must be followed. Process might be different. Even the word religion, it originated, Prabhupada mentions very nicely in Bhagavad Gita introduction that the word religion comes from the Latin origin religio. Religio means re-link or re-binding. जो हमारा भगवान के साथ जो रिश्ता है, लिंक है, जो बाइंडिंग है, कनेक्शन है, वो टूट गया है. And the process that connects us back with the Lord, that connects us back with the Supreme, that process is called religion. relink, or that is called, and that can be different according to the different time, place, and circumstances, different areas, but the process is same to relink. And Prabhupada writes here that in Kali Yuga, here this Bhagavatam religion must be followed. So re-lig or re-link, we have to understand there is a difference between Dharma and Shraddha, or faith and Dharma. There are two different things. Faith can be changed, but Dharma can't be changed. And this religion is or re-lig, or it's the process. It's the process that links us back to the Supreme. It's called the religion. So that can be a different thing. So, if this mercy, austerity, cleanliness, and truthfulness, this Bhagavatam religion is not protected, then all these things, what is mentioned here, like cheating and robbery, all these things will be spread. And that's why Parikshit Maharaj is saying that if personality of Kali Yuga or religion is allowed to act to be an executive, all things will be spread. And that's why he has to punish. And that's why he took the sword to kill personality of Kali. Okay? Text number 33. Nirvin Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji, Dhanvat Pranam, Hare Krishna dear devotees, Dhanvat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Navartitavyam tadadharma bandho dharmena satyena cha vartitavye brahma varte yatra yajanti yagne yagneshwaram yagnavitan vignaha.
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Therefore, O friend of irreligion, you do not deserve to remain in a place where experts perform sacrifices according to truth and religious principles for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Who is speaking this? कौन बोलेगा? अरुणा माता जी, कौन बोल रहा है ये?
Parikshit Maharaj is speaking, Prabhuji, to Kali.
Very good. So Parikshit Maharaj is saying, oh, therefore, because अगर मैंने आपको रहने दिया तो you will spread your effects of this Kali Yuga everywhere about cheating and quarrel and everything. So he is saying, therefore, O friend of your religion, you do not deserve to remain in a place where experts perform sacrifices. क्यों sacrifices perform करते हैं? Because that place, believes in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all the activities done is as a sacrifice to the Lord. Prabhupada picks up few words from the Sanskrit sloka and explains in details in the purport here. First word is mentioned is Brahma Vartate. थर्ड लाइन जो संस्कृत का है उसका फर्स्ट वर्ड ब्रह्म वर्तते, प्रभुपाद picks up that word and explains that Brahma Vartate means any place where Lord's supremacy is accepted. जहाँ पे लोग मानते हैं, जानते हैं कि भगवान है और they act accordingly. Any place where Lord's supremacy is accepted, it's called, that place is called Brahma Vartate. There are some places they do not believe in the existence of the God. जहाँ पे भगवान को नहीं मानते, that means there are no sacrifices done. भगवान के लिए कोई actions भी नहीं होते, no sacrifices are done. And fourth line of the Sanskrit, the first word, Yagneshwaram. Prabhupada also picks up that word and explains in the purport. Yagneshwaram means, Yagya, or the activities, sacrifices that is used or that is done for the Supreme Lord. These sacrifices, yagyas, are done in different ways in different part of the world. अलग-अलग जगह पे अलग-अलग, depending on the civilization, these yagyas are performed in a different ways according to the time, place, and circumstances. But Prabhupada comes back to the main point that in Kali Yuga, जहाँ पे हम हैं, practical application, what in Kali Yuga where we are, the sacrifice or the yagya that is recommended is Sankirtana Yagya. That is the most important. Sankirtana Yagya. Sankirtana. Samyak Rupena Kirtana. That means Samyak Rupena Kirtana. Sankirtana. We come together and perform congregational chanting. That must be done. And that is the Yageshwara. So Prabhupada picks up few words. Brahma Vartate means where the Lord's supremacy is accepted and the activities is done for the pleasure of the Lord. For Kali Yuga, the main activity is Sankirtana Yagya, and that Sankirtana Yagya means devotees come together and do congregational chanting. Now, Sankirtan, that also means whatever services we do in the temple, whatever reading of the scriptures we do chanting, we do kirtan, all that is classified under the Sankirtan Yagya. And Prabhupada mentions about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here. We are preparing to celebrate Gaur Purnima soon. And Prabhupada writes, the reason for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance was mainly this, to propagate this Sankirtan Yagya. It must be performed, Sankirtan Yagya must be performed to drive away this influence of Kali and to save the human society. And that was the whole reason, the main purpose of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, to propagate this Sankirtan Yagya in this whole world. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter number 7, beautiful discussion comes with Prakashananda Saraswati and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prakashananda Saraswati is telling to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you are a sannyasi. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we know he was a Nimai Pandit, very scholarly. He was very well known as a scholar. But in this particular pastime, Prakashananda Saraswati is saying, you are very intelligent, you are very scholar, you are a sannyasi as well. And sannyasi ka kaam hai meditation karna और वेदांत पढ़ना, शास्त्र का अध्ययन करना and meditation karna, dhyan karna. And this is the duty of a sannyasi. But what are you doing? You are associating with fanatics जो नाचते रहते हैं, गाते रहते हैं street पे, and you sing, you dance, you sometimes laugh, you sometimes cry. You are associating with fanatics and behaving like these fanatics. What is this? Why you are doing this? And at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu responds to Prakashananda Saraswati that when I met my Guru, he said to me that even though, see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a very scholarly person, Nimai Pandita, he was saying, and he defeated Keshav Kasmiri, and we know all these pastimes. So he said, when I met my Guru, he said, Murkha tumi tumhara nahi Vedanta adhikar. Murkha tumi, you are murkh. तुम्हारा नाही वेदांत अधिकार, तुम्हें वेदांत पे कोई अधिकार नहीं है. कृष्णा मंत्र जप सदा ए मंत्र सार. He said, Krishna mantra japa sada e mantra sar. That means, Murkh tumi tomar nahi vedanta adhikar, Krishna mantra japa sada. Just chant Krishna's name, japa sada. A mantra sar. That is the essence of all Vedic knowledge or all the scriptures. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, मेरे गुरु का आदेश था chant करने का, Krishna mantra japa sada. He told me to chant always Krishna mantra, and that is the essence of all Vedic knowledge. So I started chanting, and when I started chanting, I just become like a madman. I come into ecstasy, I laugh, I cry, I dance, I sing. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, this is what I feel when I dance. And then he said to his guru, or he says in this particular pastime, he mentions to Prakashananda Saraswati that Kiba mantra dila gosani, kiba tara bala, जपीते जपीते मंत्र करीले पागल. मुझे पागल कर देता है ये मंत्र, जपीते जपीते मंत्र. मैं जब भी जपता हूँ, श्री कृष्ण का चैंट नाम लेता हूँ, मैं पागल हो जाता हूँ. किबा मंत्र दिला, ऐसा कैसा मंत्र दे दिया है आपने गोसानी. ओ गुरु, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ मंत्र यू हैव गिवन मी. व्हेनेवर आई चैंट आई बिकम मैड. हमें लगता है कि when we chant, where are these symptoms? Where are the symptoms of ecstasy, becoming mad, singing, dancing, laughing, crying? वो कहाँ पे आता है? But sometimes it's the other way around. We become mad that when this chanting will finish. कई बार लोग वो माला में से पूरी बीड बैग में से माला निकाल के देखते हैं, अभी कितना बाकी है, 8 बीड और बाकी है, और वो काउंटर बीड देखते हैं, अभी कितने राउंड और बाकी है. It's sometimes, I know some of you are pure devotees, but sometimes it goes the other way around. We become mad when this chanting will finish. And here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that kiba mantra dila gosani kiba tara bal japite mantra kari le pagal, ये मुझे पागल कर देता है ये मंत्र. Why is this difference? Who can say? मंत्र में तो पोटेंसी है. We see so many people have achieved perfection by this mantra, but so many people are struggling. Chanting अच्छा भी नहीं लगता. If you tell someone to chant, why we have to chant? मेरे तो दिल में दिमाग में कृष्ण का नाम हमेशा होता है. मेरा तो भगवान के साथ डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन है. मुझे मंत्र माला पकड़ के करने का क्या जरूरत है? And why 16 rounds? मेरा तो 24 आवर्स, मैं तो राधे राधे कृष्णा कृष्णा चलता ही रहता है. 24 आवर्स चलता है. 16 राउंड सिर्फ 2 घंटा ही क्यों करने का? Why people don't want to chant and why people don't have this kind of feelings even though chanting for many years? Who can say?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Bolo.
Prabhuji, it has been mentioned, I think so, Prabhupada has mentioned that like a diseased person, like person who is suffering with jaundice will not like the taste of sugar cane. So similarly, this is sugar cane, but we don't have a taste for chanting. So like most of us, including I know I struggle. I don't have a taste. So similarly, many people who are starters or who kind of, who all are diseased are not enjoying that rasa from the chanting, and that's why they do not enjoy it. But it is like a sugar cane. If we continue doing it, the disease will go and then we will start having taste. So we might have to just persevere with it. We will have to persevere with it to have the taste, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Correct. We are materially diseased. ये भौतिक जगत का, भौतिक दुनिया का हमको बीमारी है. That's why we are not able to relish because of the attachments and everything. We are not able to relish this sweetness of this Mahamantra. On top of that, along with that, what other problem is there? We don't even understand the importance of mantra. We don't, at least I can talk about myself, we don't even chant in the right mood. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in 6th Ashtakam, Yugaitam nimeshena chaksusa pravishaitam shunyam idam jagat sarvam. Shunyam idam jagat sarvam means this whole world looks shunya. It's Shunyam idam jagat sarvam govindam virehen. Oh Krishna, without you the whole world looks void. कुछ नहीं है इसमें आपके सिवा. And that's that kind of feeling that, oh Lord, हम इतने सालों से बिछड़ गए हैं, हमारा connection, please, I miss you. Without you, I am not able to live. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Yuga itam one moment feels like 12 years. Yuga itam nimeshena chakshusha pravisha. So are we chanting in that mood that our connection to the Lord is lost? Prabhupada said, when we chant, we have to chant like a baby crying for a mother. उसको सिर्फ मम्मी चाहिए बस, and that's how the baby will cry. In the same way, are we chanting in the same mood that we want Krishna? मुझे भगवान चाहिए. I want you, Krishna. And in that mood, are we calling out to Krishna that, oh Krishna, oh Radha, please engage me in your service? And that is the mood of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we chant, we should be actually calling out for them. But what happens currently is, our chanting after many years of practice, for some of them, it becomes like a mechanical chanting. I had one devotee, Yuga Avatar Prabhu in Mumbai, if you remember. तो मैं प्रोफेशन से तो मैं कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर हूँ, but my chanting is so mechanical that my friends say I should be a mechanical engineer. मेरा chanting इतना mechanical हो गया है that I should be a mechanical engineer. वो बोल रहा है, no, that's what my friend says. But if we understand, dear devotees, अभी गौर पूर्णिमा आ रहा है ना, if we understand the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and what he gave us this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it's if we try to think about that, कि अभी ये कलियुगा का इन्फ्लुएंस जो बढ़ रहा है, and in this कलियुगा all these horrible effects, the influence we saw, and to save us is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance to give us this Mahamantra. On top of that, if we understand his appearance, ब्रह्मा के एक दिन में आते हैं. Brahma's one day means 14 manvantaras, which equals to 1000 yuga cycle. Devotees, calculate Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga 427, 32,000 years, 432,000 multiply by 2. Dwapar Yuga multiply by 4, 3 Treta Yuga, and then 4 Satya Yuga. ऐसा एक युगा साइकिल, ऐसे ब्रह्मा के एक दिन में 1,000 युगा साइकिल होते हैं, विच इक्वल्स टू 14 मनवंतरास. 1,000 युगा साइकिल में एक ही है. इन द 14 मनवंतरा, 7th मनवंतरा और उसके वो 7th मनवंतरा के 28th युगा साइकिल में ओनली वन टाइम कृष्णा कम्स in Dwapar Yuga. Only once Krishna comes as his own personal form. Other places, other times, he will be incarnating in different. And when Krishna comes, following that Dwapar Yuga, the Kali Yuga जो आता है, उसमें चैतन्य महाप्रभु एक ही बार आते हैं. He comes and he gives this Sankirtana Yagya. And which अभी आप सोचो how lucky we are. 1,000 युगा साइकिल, 14 मनवंतरास की बात कर रहे हैं, उसमें से ये 7th मनवंतरा, उसमें से ये 28 डे, उसमें से भी ब्रह्मा का जो ये अराउंड मिड डे चल रहा है, वेयर वी आर, चैतन्य महाप्रभु अपीयर्ड जस्ट 500 years back. And at that time also, as I mentioned before, Vrindavan was lost, this everything was forest, ये कुछ pastime places था भी नहीं. And on top of that, 50 साल पहले, before Prabhupada traveled all around the world, Western countries, ये हरिनाम, this was पूरा लिप्त हो चुका था दुनिया में से. Krishna came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, established, gave this Sankirtan Mahamantra. Prabhupada came 50 years back, and right now where we are, everything is ready for us. Devotee association hai, temple hai, books hai, scriptures are ready. Everything is there for us. How lucky we are if we understand. अब देखो रोंगटे खड़े हो जाएंगे. Our hair should stand when we understand how lucky we are and how rare opportunity we have to chant and perfect our life and go back to God. It's just mind blowing when we understand this. चलो आगे जाते हैं. राधिका माता जी, text number 34.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Yasmin harir bhagavan ijyamana ijyatmamurtir yajatam shamtanoti kamanamoghan stirajangamanam antarbahirvayur ivesha atma. In all sacrificial ceremonies, although sometimes a demigod is worshipped, the Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead is worshipped because he is the supersoul of everyone and exists both inside and outside like the air. Thus, it is he only who awards all welfare to the worshipper. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So sacrifice का बात हो रहा था. In the previous verse, Parikshit Maharaj was mentioning this is the place Brahma Vartate where supremacy of the Lord is accepted, and here all the sacrifices are done for the Yagyeshwaram, for the pleasure of the Lord. And here in this particular verse, Parikshit Maharaj is mentioning in some of the ceremonies, sacrificial ceremonies, demigod is worshipped, not the Supreme Lord. But although the demigods are worshipped, the beneficial, ultimate beneficial is Supreme Lord. Parikshit Maharaj is saying. So sometimes people worship Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu. Prabhupada also writes in the purport that even though some people worship different demigods, Devi Devta ki puja karte hain, but the actual award is given. जो देवी देवता की पूजा करते हैं उनको प्रसन्न करने के लिए और उनसे कुछ वरदान मांगने के लिए, that reciprocation or the award is given by the Supreme Lord only. Even though people worship demigods, but Krishna gives the reward. The reciprocation or the award is given by the Supreme Lord only. And even if the demigods are giving this, that is by the mercy of the Lord, that is by the sanction of the Lord and approval of the Lord through him, that it may go to the demigods and then the person achieves that award. So Prabhupada writes all these things in a very beautiful purport here. That Yagyeshwara, ultimate beneficiary is Krishna only, and the award is given by him only. Prabhupada also mentions in the other place that the pure bhakti or the devotional service, it's only possible to the Supreme Lord. जो भक्ति करना है तो वो कृष्ण को ही कर सकते हैं. डेमीगॉड्स का तो डीलिंग होता है, मैं इतनी पूजा करूंगी, आप मेरा ध्यान रखना, मेरा ये जैसे सरस्वती है तो मुझे विद्या के लिए, लक्ष्मी जी है तो पैसे के लिए. सो ऑल दिस डिफरेंट डिफरेंट डेमिगॉड्स के साथ तो डीलिंग्स, बिजनेस डीलिंग्स होता है. बट भक्ति और डिवोशनल सर्विस, इट इज ओनली पॉसिबल टू श्री श्री राधा एंड कृष्णा. भगवान के सुप्रीम लॉर्ड को ही भक्ति हो सकती है, बाकी सबका तो दैट इज अ डीलिंग्स, बिकॉज देर इज अ desire of the reciprocation. People have, when they worship demigods or देवी देवता, they मन में कुछ होता है कुछ प्राप्त करने के लिए, लेकिन जब वो राधा कृष्ण की सेवा करते हैं तो we have the tendency to give. And that's why I say in my Bhakti Vriksha, I have said many times that when do we know we are progressing in bhakti? हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि हम भक्ति में आगे बढ़े हैं? When we are going in the temple and when we are standing in front of the Lord, the day when we start saying, instead of, oh Lord, what you can do for me, when we start saying, oh Lord, what I can do for you. आप मेरे लिए ये करो, आप मेरे लिए ये करो, मुझे ये दो, ये दो, जब तक वो चलेगा, we are in a different level. But when we progress in bhakti, we are standing in front of Radha Krishna and we start saying, oh Lord, what can I do for you? मैं आपकी कैसे सेवा कर सकता हूँ, कर सकते हो, मुझे आपकी सेवा में लगाओ. And that is only possible to Sri Radha and Krishna, Sri Radha Krishna, and that is called pure devotional service, where we do their seva. 59. Chalo, one more. 35. Krishna Prabhu. Or someone else. Bolo, yes. Krishna Prabhu, you can do Sanskrit and Harshit Prabhu can read English translation.
Sure, Prabhu. Sutta vacha parikshitaivam adishta sakalerjatave patuho tamudyatasim ahedam dandapanim ivodyatam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sri Sutta Goswami said, the personality of Kali, thus being ordered by Maharaj Parikshit, began to tremble in fear, seeing the king before him like Yamraj, ready to kill him. Kali spoke to the king as follows.
So Sutta Goswami is speaking that when Kali, personified Kali, or saw Parikshit Maharaj with the sharp sword in the hand, and he said, you do not deserve to remain in this place. He was trembling in fear. Here it is said, seeing the king before him like Yamraj, ready to kill him. He was trembling in fear. And then Kali spoke. So, देखो क्या हो रहा है? You can't stay. Kali, Maharaj Parikshit is saying to Kali that you can't stay here in this kingdom. आप इधर रह नहीं सकते. बस आप, because you are a friend of irreligion, आप रहोगे तो ये सब अधर्मा होगा. You can't stay here because this place Lord resides and all the sacrifices are done for the Lord. And because ये सुन के Kali was trembling in fear, and then he spoke to the king. अभी हम देखते हैं ना, he surrendered. Did he surrender before? कि अभी आगे आएगा. Kali surrenders, and because of Parikshit Maharaj is going to kill him, he surrenders, and with the fear, with the bowing down his head, and he wants to be saved. He's surrendered because he wants to get rid of the punishment. Srila Prabhupada writes in this purport that's how the king or the executive head should be. अभी यहाँ पे क्या होता है? परीक्षित महाराज is ready to kill, and this Kali is seeing him like a Yamraj. He ready to kill, very strict. So Prabhupada purport में बताते हैं कि that's how the king or the executive head should be, to take strict action against Kali or influence of Kali. And this is the way to rule. Prabhupada writes that line. This is the way to rule, that we have to be very strict. But what is the personal application? यहाँ पे तो हम पढ़ते हैं तो वो लगता है कि yes, the executive head or the ministers of the country or the premier of the state, उनको इतना strict होना चाहिए. But what is in it for us? हमारे लिए प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन लर्निंग पॉइंट क्या है? मिनिस्टर्स का तो है, लेकिन वी आर द एग्जीक्यूटिव हेड ऑफ आवर ओन लाइफ. At least for our own family, our own personal life, we are the head, or we are the king of our own choices. We, in our life, at least have to be very strict to make sure this Sankirtan Yagya or this chanting is strictly followed in the proper mood. And wherever we see the effects of Kali Yuga, thoda bahut bhi, if we are not following this Bhagavatam religion, the effect of Kali Yuga is going to spread in our life. In the bigger picture, minister or executive head is not strict, it will spread in the whole kingdom or in the whole country. But in our own personal level, if we are not strict, it can spread. So we have to make sure that all these principles, abhi aap dekho, see what this no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit relationships, no gambling, and chanting 16 rounds, where is it coming from? This is the Bhagavatam religion: mercy, austerity, truthfulness and cleanliness. जो चार principles हमको बताया गया है, initiation के time पे हम vow लेते हैं और as a devotee we follow and we chant 16 rounds. So Sankirtan Yagya and these four principles of the religion, see where it's coming from and why devotees follow this. We have to be very strict in this. Kahin pe uska negligence hota hai, we have to be just like this Parikshit Maharaj, ready to take the necessary action. And that is why it's called anukulyasya grahanam प्रतिकूल्यस्य वर्जनम. रियल सरेंडर, यहाँ पे जो कली सरेंडर होता है परीक्षित महाराज को, फॉर अस टू सरेंडर टू कृष्णा, दैट मीन्स अनुकूल्यस्य ग्रहणम, जो हमारी भक्ति को अनुकूल है उसको ग्रहण करना है, और प्रतिकूल्यस्य वर्जनम, वन थिंग्स विच आर नॉट anukul, not anukul to the bhakti, we have to avoid those things. And that is what real surrender to Krishna means. People say, that मेरा हमारे पास तो कृष्णा है, मुझे तो कृष्ण बहुत प्यारे हैं. But we have to make sure that we accept only things which are favorable to Krishna, and we reject the things which are unfavorable for our bhakti or for Lord Shri Krishna. ठीक है, we will stop at text number 35. We will start with text number 36 tomorrow. Interesting pastor. Any comments? क्या होगा अभी आगे? रहने भी नहीं देख सकते, बचा भी नहीं सकते, धर्म को भी प्रोटेक्ट करना है, कली को भी प्रोटेक्ट करना है. परीक्षित महाराज, एनी कमेंट्स?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's going very beautifully Prabhu, thank you so much. It is very very beautiful. अभी अकेले पढ़ा था तब मजा नहीं आ रहा था, लेकिन आप बता रहे हो तो it's so nice. And आपने जैसे बताया कि like we are the heads of our family, तो दूसरों को so हम expect नहीं कर सकते, but at least in our life we can try to stop the effect of Kali Yuga by following this Bhagavad Dharma. Thank you so much.
Many times people read this section और बोलते हैं किंग को करना चाहिए, मिनिस्टर को करना चाहिए. अरे भाई, अपना खुद का तो देख, अपना खुद का संकीर्तन यज्ञ चैंटिंग ठीक चल रहा है कि नहीं, इन अ प्रॉपर मूड. 4 regulative principles nicely are we following or not? That includes no meat eating, includes egg, all fish and all these things. Are we making sure we are not eating contaminated food? We are not having onion, garlic as our secret ingredients in all these different packet food. Are we following that? हेड का और किंग का तो बाद में देखेंगे. Our own family we have to make sure, just like Parikshit Maharaj is very sick. That is according to me personal application for us. ठीक है, thank you so much for your association, dear devotees. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जय गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Thank you,
everyone.
sir.